Cold beer after a hard day's work. Nothing like it.
Can't be helped, I'm afraid. This is the biggest and sturdiest boat that I can provide. It's built from the finest Inazuman timber. Still, I'll be the first to admit that if he's planning to ride this into the storm, it's going to be exceedingly dangerous.
I'm also hoping Sakajiro won't have to use it. It's just there as a last resort. I gotta say though, Koichi, it feels like your craft has improved once again.
I'm not the one you should be praising. It's all thanks to the guys who kindly pitched in. To avoid detection, we each worked on our own materials separately, then assembled them secretly in the night. This is the largest we could afford to build. Any bigger and there's no way it would pass the Tenryou Commission's inspection.
Let's store the boat here for now then. I'll fill Sakajiro in when I get back. He'll need to make some preparations before setting sail.
Uh-oh. Paimon feels really worried all of a sudden. Doesn't helping Sakajiro make you a collaborator in the eyes of the Tenryou Commission?
Maybe it does, but I knew what I was getting into from the moment I agreed to help him. My family has pretty good connections with the Yashiro Commission. We work very closely with them. And whenever there's a national event of any sort, the other two commissions come to us too. As long as I'm polite and respectful and don't cause a fuss, they won't look to cause trouble for me either. And anyway, to your point about collaboration, you've been helping out too, right?
That's true. This was all a collaborative effort. Wait! Oh no!
Ah, so you're seasoned crooks already, eh? Don't know what I was worried about then. Anyway, thanks for everything, Koichi. And your fireworks are ready, so just go pick them up from my house whenever you want. While you're there, you can get my pops to settle the boat construction fees.
Oh, don't worry about paying anything. Third Sis would be sure to scold me if she found out I'd taken Mora from the Naganoharas.
Who's Third Sis?
Oh, let me explain this one. It's a story my pops told me. There used to be a thriving merchants guild in Inazuma. It got really prosperous. At one point, there were a dozen or so kids born around the same time to the families of the guild. They all grew up together, each of them learning their respective family's business.
है भाई आवाज है.
They were a tightly knit group of friends, but eventually, they all grew up and decided they each wanted to go into business themselves. It was inevitable that business would send them all to different corners of the world, and that they'd have far less opportunity to see each other in the future.
That's right. Just before we went our separate ways, the eldest of the group suggested that we should all go watch some fireworks together one last time.
They were all very ambitious types, and each had their own knack for doing business. One by one, they left, until Koichi was the only one of them remaining in Inazuma. After that, he hardly saw them. But whenever one of them did come back to visit, fireworks would always be involved.
Yeah, no matter how close you and your friends are, there's always gonna be some distance after being separated for a long time. But as soon as the fireworks lit up the sky, it'd instantly take us right back to our childhood, and we'd be chatting away like in the old days. To us, those memories are eternal.
You meant when you were talking about commemorating things.
Yep, that's exactly right. That's why I can't let people down when they're counting on me for their fireworks. Anyway, I need to go update Sakajiro. See you, Koichi. Thanks again for your help.
Yeah, I should get out of here too. I don't want to get caught red-handed.
Okay, story time. So, whenever Koichi brings one of his friends from the trade association to see me, they always mention how they used to play with...
मैंने माइक चेंज किया, ये वाला कैसा है?
But there are so many of them in that friendship group, and I don't remember anything from that age anyway, so I never have a clue who they are. One time, he shows up with another one of his friends, and the friend asks me if I remembered him. So I'm like, yes, I do! You held me once when I was just a baby. Koichi just bursts out laughing and says, actually... The boat is already and waiting. I'll mark the location for you on the map. Before you leave, I recommend that you pack some food and water. You can never be too prepared.
After how much effort it took to get back in, it's hard to convince myself to leave again. Especially when I'll be going up against the stormy ocean on a tiny little boat. My prospects don't look great.
Well, they won't look much better if you get caught by the Tenryo Commission. I'm afraid that sooner or later they are going to find you here. Time is starting to run out.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure to get out of here before they come. I promise I won't cause you and your family any more trouble.
I didn't mean it like that. If we ever ran into any problems, I'm sure I'd figure something out. But if the Tenryo Commission does catch up to you, then make a run for the boat.
Okay, I won't let them catch me, but... No, I guess this whole trip was a waste in the end.
Why did you want to come back to Inazuma anyway? Is there something you wanted to do?
I didn't used to like this place at all. That's why I left. But looking back on things now, I was really just running away from my responsibilities. Once I started to realize that, I got restless. I couldn't stop thinking about the people and the things I'd left behind. So forget it. What does it matter now? It's too late anyway. I originally wanted to make up for all my regrets, but instead, I found myself in the situation I'm in now.
What a pity.
Talk to us about it. Maybe we could...
If only there was no Sakoku decree, huh? Anyway, don't worry. We're not going to bother you about it. We'll keep trying to buy you as much time as possible until you reach your final decision. The Tenryo Commission. If only they weren't so overzealous, there might be a way. Oh, that's right! That elderly couple, old customers of ours, their son's in the Tenryo Commission, isn't he? Yeah, quite high up as well. That's it. I'll go talk to them. Maybe they can do something.
Are you sure they won't just report me instead?
Oh, don't worry about that. They're really nice people. I know them well. They won't cause us any issues. All right, you should get back indoors, Sakujiro. We'll be back in no time at all. Okay, let's go. Time waits for no one. Wait, hang on. What about the fireworks? All those materials? Oh, there's so many orders to finish. Pops! Pops! No, never mind. I know. I'll write him a note telling him to sort out the fireworks.
Ahem. Why did you cut Paimon off earlier?
Because what he...
Well, if it isn't Yoimiya. Come on in, dear. Come and take a seat. Are these two your friends?
Yes, they're travelers from afar. Outsiders have a very difficult time getting into Inazuma nowadays.
Indeed, these are unprecedented times. But seeing as they came all this way, we locals should give them a warm welcome.
Oh, before I forget, I brought the fireworks that you ordered.
Oh, thank you, dear. Your family is so good to us every year. First your father, and now you. I wonder if I'll still be around to see the next hair of Naganahara fireworks.
Of course you will. You're both in great health. Don't say things like that. It's bad luck.
We aren't as young as we once were, though. The body knows it. It used to be that I could spend all day working the land, carrying water back and forth. But now, even a moment of light work leaves me with all sorts of aches and pains. I wanted to do some weeding yesterday, but as soon as I bent down to get started, I suddenly felt that if I went any further, I wouldn't be able to get back up again.
No worries. Say no more.
No. We can't be putting you. I'll just go fetch the tea and some snacks.
It's fine. It's not like it's the first time I've helped you with chores. I just haven't had much time recently with the fireworks show coming up. But once that's out of the way, I'll be sure to come by more often.
It's no trouble.
Oh, you're such good kids. As for mine, he's all grown up now. If you're quite sure it's no trouble, then I have some pickled radish here. Would you mind delivering it to Satoru?
Sure. It won't take. The old folks aren't very mobile, so come on, let's help them out. We'll get rid of the weeds first, and then deliver the pickled Yeah, you got it! And that should just about do it.
One day.
Satoru is on the other side of the village. Let's go see him now. Hey, Satoru. How have you been? Keeping well?
Yeah, same as usual. Not much has changed. You're looking full of life, as always.
All thanks to the support of our loyal customers. The family business just keeps getting better and better. We sold some fireworks to Liu a while back, and word is they were a real hit. So it looks like we'll be getting more business from over there in the future.
That must mean a lot more work for you, though. Are you sure you and Mr. Ryunosuke can manage? If it gets too much, don't forget, you can always ask me for help,
We should be fine. I think we can cope. Oh, yeah. This is some pickled radish from Mrs. Imatani.
Oh, wow, thank you so much. I never used to be a fan of pickled radish, would you believe? But then I tried some of Mrs. Imatani's homemade stuff and I couldn't get enough of it. It's a family staple now.
Speaking of your family, how's everyone doing?
They're doing well. We have the occasional heated argument, but I guess that's every family ever. Being close to family is better than never getting to see them, even if it does mean putting up with some conflict. Now, Mr. and Mrs. Imatani seem to have a great relationship, but still, they must get lonely with their child never visiting.
Huh, they didn't seem that way to me. I think they're just used to it. You make a good point, though. I should drop by more often in the future. That way, they won't get so bored.
Oh, I'm sure they'd love that, as would all of us in Konda Village. You're always welcome here.
Thank you! Now that we finished all the chores, it's time to talk to the Imatanis about Sakajiro.
That was quick. Young people are so handy.
Younger people have bundles of energy, and older people have a wealth of wisdom. Each have their strengths.
Speaking of youth, do you know what? It's been 50 years this year.
Oh, so it has. Goodness, how the time flies. You barely notice as the years go by, but then suddenly 50 years have passed.
50 years since what? Some important day?
Well, if you must know, it was 50 years ago, back in the days when this young lady was still trying to win me over, that...
Oh, stop trying to impress them. We both know you were the one who was hopelessly smitten and desperately trying to win my affection.
Well, maybe you're right. 50 years ago, I proposed to my wife at the Naganahara fireworks show. We've been together ever since. To tell the truth, I was still a little uncertain. I wasn't sure what I was doing when I walked into the Naganahara's shop and ordered my firework. Even as it was rising up into the sky, I still had no clue what I was going to say. But then it exploded, the sky lit up. I looked back at her and saw her eyes twinkling in the light of the fireworks. Before I knew what was happening, apparently, I'd already said it. And, well, she'd said yes.
50 years. In some ways, it's a long time. In others, it's no time at all. Really, it's just a number. But 50 years of being together? Now that is something worth commemorating.
I had no idea it was your 50th anniversary. If I'd known, I would have made some extra fancy fireworks just for you.
Oh, no, it's quite all right. We always set off the same firework every year. It wouldn't be the same without it. Seeing that firework go off takes us right back to those days. Even at this age, we still look back with not a single regret.
Ah, what a great relationship they have.
Enough about us, though. Yoimiya, aren't you busy with the fireworks show coming up? Was there something you needed to discuss?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to talk about, but here goes.
Sakujiro. So he came back.
Huh?
He was our boy's best friend when they were young. They were inseparable. They grew up together, shared everything with each other, and went everywhere together. But one day, they had a terrible argument.
Sakujiro seemed to feel that Inazuma was too peaceful, and wanted to see but our Keisuke took after his father and mother. He felt that there was nothing wrong at all with being peaceful. You know what children are like. They get terribly worked up about these sorts of things. In the end, Sakujiro stormed off, and that was that.
I see.
Keisuke said nothing to me or my wife about the fight. We could sense that he was very hurt by it, but he didn't want to talk with us about how he was really feeling. Eventually, whether out of pent-up anger or for some other reason, he joined the
If it was anything else, I could talk to Keisuke, and I'm sure he'd be willing to help. But since it's Sakujiro, I don't feel there's any way we can get involved.
What a strange coincidence. Who'd have thought?
I understand now. When I asked Sakujiro why he came back, he just said because of past mistakes and wasn't willing to elaborate. Now I finally understand why he can't decide what to do.
Two best buddies in childhood. One grows up to join the Tenryou Commission, the other grows up to join the Tenryou Commission's most wanted list.
Well, no worries. If that's the case, then never mind. We can find some other way to help Sakujiro. There's no need to make things difficult for you. This sounds like something for Sakujiro and Keisuke to resolve between themselves.
Yes. It'd be so nice if they could go back to the way things were.
I think after all these years, they ought to let go of their grudges.
Well, can't say we didn't try. I'll let Sakujiro...
Yoimiya, something bad's happened. Some people from the Tenryou Commission came by.
Huh? What, Pops? Are you alright? They didn't do anything to you, did they?
I told them the show was starting soon and the place was filled with fireworks, so they shouldn't go in because it's a fire. But they didn't listen. It seemed like they knew Sakujiro was inside. Luckily, Sakujiro heard them coming in time and managed to escape through the window.
Oh, this is bad news. I don't think Sakujiro... Pops, did you see where he... Oh, the Tenryou Commission will definitely be chasing after him. Good point. Names. We need names. The Commission wouldn't normally cause this big of a fuss over a stowaway.
Sorry, my ears are no good. And I didn't get a good look at them either. If you're wondering which way they went, they left the city. I wish I'd caught their names. But I didn't hear a thing.
As it happens, I did. I was getting some ore from my friend's place and happened to bump into them on the way over. I think their leader's name was Keisuke, just like you said.
Just as I thought. If Sakujiro still hasn't made up his mind, those two running into each other won't solve anything. And even worse, there'll be no coming back. We can't let that happen.
Is it just me?
It's Masazaka and his friends! Let's...
Hi, Yoimiya! Are the weapons to scare away the great Mujina Yoke?
Oh, Mr. Ryunosuke is making them right now. You can go collect them from my house later.
Aren't you gonna play with us, Yoimiya?
I'm sorry. I have something important to do right now. I'll be back later on, but I'll bring you guys some candy next time.
Yay! We're...
Also, I wanted to... Yep, we did.
Are they trying to catch a monster?
No, don't worry. It's all just be good kids and stay out of trouble, all right?
We will. We'll be on our best behavior.
It looks like this is the right way. Let's keep going. If Sakujiro still hasn't made up his mind, I guess I'll have to step in. Look! There are people from the Tenryou Commission over there. It must...
Sorry, official business. I can't let you pass.
Sakujiro and Keisuke are up ahead, right? We need to talk to them about something.
Didn't you hear me? You're not
Ugh, what a nuisance! Fire hazard!
I must withdraw. Withdraw. I must withdraw.
Goldfish is down! The fuse is lit!
I must withdraw. I must withdraw.
How dare you impede the work of the Tenryou Commission? You will be punished for your... There is nowhere you can escape justice. Not even at the edges of the world.
Huh. Look at that. We can't waste any more time on these guys. Let's push on. They should be just ahead.
क्या चल रहा है भाई ये? अच्छी कैरेक्टर तो है ही नहीं यार।
Your skills with the sword have stagnated, Sakujiro. You should have known that you stood no chance against me in a duel.
I never imagined I'd fall into your hands. If this is to be my fate, I accept it. I have nothing else to say.
But your return says that you finally came around to my point of view.
Whatever you say.
You will return with me to the Tenryou Commission to await your sentencing. The one who made this boat will also be punished.
Wait! It doesn't have to end like this! Don't you have anything else to say to one another?
Hey, I know you. You're Naganahara's girl, who makes the fireworks. I know you like to get involved in other people's business, but stay out of this. It does not concern you.
It's okay, Yoimiya. The past is the past.
Then why did you risk life and limb to get yourself back into Inazuma? And why were you so reluctant to leave after you got here? I'll tell you why. This is why. This is the chance you've been waiting for, to talk everything through.
I have nothing to say to him. He's a criminal. I work for the Tenryou Commission. There is never any room for discussion. Out of respect for the friendship we once had, I gave him a chance to fight for his freedom. But his skills with the sword are as disappointing now as they ever were.
What are you talking about? And just who do you think you're kidding? You left all your subordinates back there to guard the road, making sure no one else followed you here. Seems to me like you were hoping for a chance to talk. I can see it in your faces. You both have so much to say, and you're just gonna choose to keep it all inside?
Don't flatter yourself. What would you know?
Yoimiya, leave it. It was just my wishful thinking.
No, I won't leave it! I will not stand by and watch when you haven't even done anything! Keisuke, you seem to like settling things with a duel, so let's do it your way. I challenge you to a duel. If I win, then you need to say everything that's in your heart. No more running from your feelings. And the same goes for you, Sakujiro. If I win, you will tell Keisuke exactly why you came back, no matter what the consequences are. You have to tell him everything. If you don't say anything now, you may never have another chance.
And if you lose?
Then I'll admit to collaborating with Sakujiro and accept the Tenryou Commission's punishment.
Yoimiya.
I accept. Let's settle this with a duel.
Sir, we're here to back you up.
Becca? Duels are supposed to be one-on-one! All right, that's it! Let's help Yoimiya! We can't let her fight them all alone!
Everybody stand back!
What's the hurry? Freeze!
Time for a light show! Here come the fireworks!
Sir, they are too strong.
Stand down.
What?
I thought I told you to stay away.
Yes, sir.
Young lady, you are just as obstinate as Sakujiro was back then. Why were you so convinced that we had things to say to each other?
Because Sakujiro may not have told me about you when he came back, but he did order a firework from me. Then, your parents told me about what happened between you when you were younger. Once I'd heard the story, I realized that the firework meant something special to you both. And that's why I simply refuse to believe that you have nothing to say to each other. Nobody sets off a firework to feel lonely, do they?
The reason I came back is that I felt lost. It wasn't that I'd changed my mind, I just felt that what I'd done in the past was to try to escape from reality. I saw the freedom of Mondstadt, the contracts of Liyue, the wisdom of Sumeru, and the justice of Fontaine. It all left a deep impression on me. I was glad that I'd left Inazuma, but then I happened to hear about the Sakoku decree. I was an escapee, and I was proud of that. What I should have tried to do is take the good things from the outside world and bring them back home.
So that's why you came back? Out of your naive hope of changing the way things are here?
No, I let go of all those delusions of grandeur. I just felt that I never should have run away like that. After all, you never ran away.
Huh?
I don't know about you, but life hasn't been easy for me. But I just had to come back and visit. It was like fate was calling me, and I couldn't ignore it any longer.
Life isn't easy for anyone. I truly worship the Raiden Shogun. Her ideas were my personal creed, and I desired nothing more than to see her will done. But now, my role is to punish violators of the Sakoku decree and confiscate people's visions. It's not what I signed up for when I joined the Tenryou Commission. I do wonder, am I really doing the right thing? The boat is yours.
Huh?
I couldn't make you stay in Inazuma, but that doesn't mean I want to keep you here by force.
What will you say to the higher-ups?
Don't worry about that. I'll handle it. If you want to come back, I hear the process of returning to Inazuma from the outside world is long and complicated, but it can be done. I will lend you my help, but until then, you'll have to wait. And don't kick the bucket on the way out.
Don't worry, Keisuke. I won't. Any chance we can watch the fireworks together?
Maybe next time. I'll be demoted for sure. It's not like me to give in to childish sentiment like this. I can't explain why. It's the one that Sakujiro planned on using for his escape. I asked Yoshitaka and the others to transport it here, citing the temporary contraband storage clause. Forcing Sakujiro to this spot was also something I had planned all along. It's just like you said, Yoimiya. Even though I hadn't fully made up my mind, my actions betrayed my intent.
But I think you did the right thing. And look, now you've managed to resolve the grievance in your heart by talking about it.
I understand now. Thank you. I didn't know you were quite so perceptive. You saw right into what I was thinking.
That's only because I know your parents so well. They're both really nice people, so I didn't think the apple would fall too far from the tree.
I had heard there was a new Naganohara running things these days. Little loud and reckless, maybe, but you live up to the family name. By the way, Naganohara fireworks can reproduce the firework that the two of us set off back then, right? Would you be able to make one for me?
Sorry, no can do. Without the slipper reference, I can't make the same one again. And I'm afraid Sakujiro is the one with the slip.
Ah, I see. Never mind then.
Don't get too down just yet, though. I mentioned that Sakujiro ordered a firework from me, didn't I? I can't make another one, but I'm guessing Sakujiro probably won't be needing his anymore. It'd be a shame for it to go to waste, so I'll make an exception and let you set it off instead.
Thank you very much.
No worries. And don't miss out on the start of the fireworks show.
Yoimiya, the way you took command of that whole situation was amazing!
I say? I like to talk. I'm a strong believer in the power of words. If you're not willing to communicate, then the problem just sits there. If you just keep staring at it without doing anything, eventually you'll watch every last opportunity to resolve it slip away before your eyes. Sakujiro and Keisuke can't turn back the clock in their relationship, but that's no reason to live with remorse. Anyway, follow me. I'll bring you to the perfect place to watch the fireworks. My pops will set off the firework that I wanted to give to you.
Huh? Oh. Oh, it's... Keisuke.
So, Yumiya, these fireworks, what do they mean to you? Yumiya?
Shh.
Huh? Oh.
That was amazing. It was so beautiful I could weep. I didn't actually cry though, right? I just feel a bit misty-eyed. Oh, remember that big one that went up first? The gold one? That's the one I had Pops make for you.
Oh, Paimon saw it! It was one of the best ones! They won't forget that anytime soon!
That's what I wanted to hear. I was hoping it would leave a deep impression on you guys. No matter where your journey takes you, and no matter what hardships might lie ahead, I hope you'll always be able to look back fondly on the fireworks you saw tonight. I believe that as time goes by, this firework will only grow brighter and more beautiful in your heart. Oh, and also, you're technically my customers now. Here, this is your paper slip. If you ever want to see that golden firework again, just come and see me.
You know, Yumiya, you seemed to turn into a completely different person during the fireworks. You were so quiet, and it was like you couldn't hear anything at all.
Oh, I can hear you. I just have a habit of being silent while I'm watching fireworks. Quietly watching something you made with your own hands rise into the sky feels like a sacred ceremony to me. You asked me what fireworks mean to me, right?
Yep. Well, for Koichi, who built the boat for us, and his friend, Third Sis, fireworks commemorate friendship. For Keisuke's parents, they commemorate marriage. And for Keisuke and Sakujiro, they were commemorating... Oh yeah, right, beliefs!
As for me, to be honest, even though I've thought about it countless times before, I still haven't found an answer.
Seriously? Huh. Paimon was expecting something deep and philosophical.
Well, no one's ever asked me this before, so I've never really settled on an answer. It was by chance that I happened to be born into the Naganohara family, so it was by chance that I ended up learning this craft from my pops. It's also by chance that I've met so many people, learned so many things, and discovered that people associate watching fireworks with the things that are most precious to them. Fireworks that disappear in a flash of light are probably the furthest thing away from the eternity that our shogun desires. But people's feelings don't just disappear, and it's those feelings that give fireworks their purpose. If nobody wanted to watch fireworks, then they wouldn't exist. Also, consider this. You have to have the Naganoharas because so many people are emotionally invested in the existence of fireworks. If we didn't exist, their wishes would go unfulfilled, wouldn't they? You know, I don't really think about complicated things like this very often. But I'm proud that I was born into the Naganohara family and have the chance to make so many pretty fireworks.
Inazuma is not such a bad place. Paimon's having a pretty good time. But we should probably go and see about the next operation that Toma and Ayaka were talking about, right? As usual, it's the first stop, Komori Tea House. Are you ready to head over?
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
How strange. It's never this quiet here. Toma's playing his ventriloquist game. Toma? Hey, you can come out now. Paimon's seen you already. Oh, not a peep. So where the heck is he then? Huh, what's got Taro Maru so worked up today? He's always such a good boy.
Hello. Have either of you seen Toma?
No, we thought he'd be with you. Why? Has something happened?
Then it's as I feared. On the way here, I wasn't certain whether it was true, so I came right here. The fact that he hasn't arrived here as we arranged suggests that it is true. The Raiden Shogun is holding a vision hunt ceremony at the statue of the omnipresent god today to mark the 100th vision season and the 100th vision bearer in question. The one who...
Hold up a second. So the ceremony that Toma said the Tenryou Commission were busy preparing for, that was this vision hunt ceremony? And he was the target all along?
I believe so. The Shogun and the Tenryou Commission see the ceremony as a milestone. With the 100th vision, this cannot happen.
Yeah, like it or not, you represent the whole Yashiro Commission. So if you go and by doing it so publicly...
There is no other option. I must act with haste. He is my friend. To think... But, okay, I'll...
Don't worry, Ayaka. A friend's...
बाय बाय, तुम को पकड़ लिया। विजन ले लिया जाएगा उसका। नाइस, नहीं नाइस नहीं, नेवर माइंड। विजन ले लिया जाएगा उसका। नाइस, नहीं नाइस नहीं। कुछ तो खतरनाक होने वाला है, पता नहीं क्या होगा लेकिन कुछ तो आने वाला है।
Capable of using elemental energy without a vision. You are an exception, it appears. Exceptions. The enemy of eternity.
What the?
You will be inlaid upon this statue.
ये कहाँ आ गए? ये क्या हुआ? राइडन शोगन से लड़ना है?
There is much to verify about you.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is strength! Know my sword! Ring like dead! Eyes on me! Ha.
ऐसा कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा है, कुछ नहीं हो रहा उसको।
You haven't won yet!
Lightning falls on the land of eternity. Inferior. I will mold you into the foundations of eternity. Inferior.
Get out of here!
Oh, so sorry.
Why do they never miss? Everybody stand back! That's gonna hurt in the morning!
Evasion is futile.
Rain outlines your fate. Get it! That's gonna hurt in the morning! I'm going in! Why do they never miss?
Inferior.
Know my sword! That's gonna hurt in the morning!
This ends now.
To ashes! Everybody stand back!
Instabilities will be removed. Invasion is futile. Inferior. You are an enemy that requires special attention.
Crew, set sail for home.
क्या है भाई ये?
Wake up, wake up!
Shogun, who was that?
Seize him under the decree.
Huh?
Next time, I will strike twice.
क्या हो रहा है भाई ये?
Why have we stopped here?
In case you've forgotten, the Komore Tea House is the safest place for me to hide in this area. The only thing is, I probably won't be able to leave again for some time. I'll go to Tatarasuna and find the resistance. The Shogun's army is almost certainly about to issue a warrant for our arrest. There are very few parties that will be willing to—
Hyman's pretty sure Ayaka mentioned them before. Oh yeah! Sangonomiya's group! The ones who came together to fight the Vision Hunt Decree!
That's right. The resistance was founded by Sango no Miya Kokumi, the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island. Currently, it's her subordinate, Goro, who leads them in their war against the Shogun's army. However, the Yashiro Commission is not on especially close terms with the resistance, so your dealings with us would normally be frowned upon. But you're different, so that shouldn't work against you. As far as I can see, the resistance shouldn't have any reason to turn you away. The only issue is that we can't be sure of the resistance forces current. You'll likely pass through territory occupied by the Shogun's army at some point, so be sure to stay on your— Don't worry about—
We gotta hurry up! The Tenryo can— Let's get out of here!
Adventure time.
Ad Astra.
I heard they added a couple more people to the wanted list.
But most of our forces are out on the front line. How are we supposed to effectively prioritize them? We'll just have to make sure we keep our eyes peeled when we're out on patrol.
I wonder how they're faring on the front line. Last thing I heard was that we'd pushed the resistance back to just northwest of Musojin Gorge.
I doubt it. Their rearguard isn't far from there. We're gaining ground at the moment, but I don't think we pushed them back anyway. We should focus.
Fair point.
The northwest of Musojin Gorge. So that's where the resistance forces are based. We should...
Oh, hey. You managed to escape too?
Yeah. Where are you headed?
Higi Village. I've heard the rumors, but it's still gotta be a safer place. What about you?
Don't get me started. I was recuperating on Nozuchi Beach. It's complete chaos. The Resistance aren't having an easy time of it. They don't have the manpower for an all-out confrontation, so they can't contend with the Shogun's army. The front line used to be further forward, but they had to retreat a couple of times. Now they're back to Nozuchi Beach. That's where I've just come from. I think we need to keep moving.
Agreed. Why don't we...
Nozuchi Beach.
Let's light it up! Insolent shall be punished. Impertinent fool, begone! Let's light it up! I'm going in! Purging transgressions! Got you! Out of my sight! This is Her Majesty's your gift! You can't hide. This body belongs to ice and snow.
Let's get down to business.
What's one more?
How's this?
Everybody stand back!
Fall before me!
Finally,
No. Cheap tricks. This isn't over!
how's this? To the ferry.
Let's light it up!
That won't work. isn't over! Take this! Like this.
Huh. Where have you been hiding?
Hey, look! Do you think that's a resistance fighter? Looks like he's in a tight spot. Let's go help him out!
It's not over.
Don't hold back!
I'm going in!
Show me what you've got! I dare you! I've been bested. Show me what you've got! I need to train harder.
You saved me. I thought I was about to die. Thank you so much for your help. I was sent to the front line just recently. You aren't dressed like resist. Great! Just the other day, I heard General Goro I'll escort you back to our camp. But first, let me, as you can see, the goal of the Shogun's army is to uphold eternity. To this end, they have the support of the Tenryou Commission's general, Kujo Sara, who commands, as for us, vision bearers are few and far between as it is. And because of the Vision Hut decree, the fact we're even able to hold out is thanks to the brilliant strategic mind of Her Excellency, Sango no Miya. We're also indebted to the great courage shown by General Goro and the resistance troops. If only I had a vision myself. Not only would I be better placed to share Her Excellency and General Goro's burden, but I couldn't help but notice that you used elemental energy when saving me just now. You must have...
He's a special case. He doesn't have a vision, but...
Are you serious? You have to let me introduce you to General Goro. Perhaps I can also make a worthy contribution. Anyway, we shouldn't delay.
Power that ended my son! Everybody stand back! Let me weave you a birth.
To the very finally,
Hey, it's just a little lightning. No need to fear it on the open ocean, so there's even less need to fear it on dry land.
one yet.
This is what happened, General Goro. I was surrounded by Shogunate samurai, and they came to my rescue. They can use the elements without a vision. The Resistance could really use people with that kind of skill.
I presume you've heard that the goal of the Resistance is to defeat the Shogun's army. This is no easy task. Tell me, why do you wish to join us? The Resistance cannot accept... You're referring to the ceremony to mark the 100th vision seized under the decree, right? Yes, there was a disturbance, allegedly. Highly unusual considering that the Raiden Shogun appeared... But why do you wish to discuss this all of a sudden? What?
Yep, we had a fight with the Raiden Shogun and everything. Then we grabbed the Vision Bearer and whisked him off to safety. After that, they added us to the Army's wanted list. That's why we came here.
Now that you mention it, we did just recover a bounty notice from a Shogunate samurai defeated in battle. It read, "Reward for the capture of a blonde-haired traveler and their mysterious flying pet."
What? Who are they calling a mysterious flying pet?
My apologies. I understand your situation well enough for now. On behalf of the Resistance, Her Excellency is currently away from the camp. We don't know where she went, but she instructed us to take care of everything in her absence. I will ask Teppei here to show you around the camp first.
Yes, sir. I used to be in the logistics division, so I'm the right person to show you around. I'll make sure you get a warm Resistance. Let's start with the field hospital. Some of my friends are recovering there. Last time I saw them, I promised that I'd introduce any new recruits.
Looks like a strong addition to the troop.
Whoa, whoa. Brand new recruit and your first thought is to start sparring with them. You're getting ahead of yourself. That wound of yours isn't something that's gonna... Teppei, did you bring this one in? How are things on the front line?
Well, the enemy are much stronger than we could have imagined, but we're holding our own. At one point, there were a horde of enemy...
Look at you. When did...
This guy stole the show, though. When he saw me tiring and falling back, he burst onto the scene and took down a whole group of them in one fell swoop. I heard he even stormed the Vision Hunt ceremony, and that the
Amazing work, but still, I can believe most of that, but him facing off against the Raiden Shogun? I think you might be embellishing the story a little there, Teppei. Either way, but seeing fresh recruits join our ranks and hearing Teppei's exploits, I'm itching...
That's a...
It did? Well, I heard about a remedy recently that uses... They say it feels cool on the skin?
Sure, I'll take one.
Sounds a little strange to me.
Well, how about we let our new recruit... If you're a fan of weird, but if you're more of a wolf hook... Thanks for your help. Oh, never mind. I guess this was probably the safer option. I may need your help in a moment to change their dressings. Here's hope, and thanks for your help gathering.
It's a standard remedy, but a dependable one. More important,
I'm dying to get out of this place.
I don't think it works like that. Thanks again, Tepe. Speaking of training, it'll be a good chance for them to meet a few more of our platoon and stuff.
You got it. All right.
Oh, another miss. Let's see now.
Bullseye?
Only one.
This isn't good enough. How hard could it be, just with progress like this?
Seems things have gotten I guess we'll just have to keep practicing ourselves.
Come on, guys, let's come. Listen up for a second. In battle, he and that was after interrupting the vision.
Is that... We promised not to take too much of your...
It would mean a lot.
That's no way to demonstrate. Let's go. Ready? I'm sure you'll get it there.
At the ready.
Well, there you have it. I told you.
Incredible! My posture would...
Watching your demonstration, at least this time, honestly, before my wife and I were leading a quiet life together. War and the actions of the Shogun's army and those of us without visions or combat skills, really? There's no use in speculating.
Stay focused. But now then, where should we head?
Sir, we've got trouble. There are still many wounded in the camp.
What? Impossible. We'd better go assess the situation.
Soldiers, quick!
I'm going in!
I won't forget this.
Well, we managed. We have sentries and patrols posted all around. Unless they must have an informant. Feeding them intelligence. Our priority is finding...
Sir, I just returned from inspecting the perimeter. It appears that several portions of our defensive wall... The Shogun's army must have known about this vulnerability and made their way... I suggest we...
In that case, why don't we make this more interesting?
A little lightning. No need to fear it on the open ocean, so there's even less need to fear it on dry land.
All right, that should do it. Seems I've made enough. I thought getting transferred to the front line.
Why are you so
It's just like General Girl. There are a multitude. Anyway, if all goes well. strange?
We've had the Shogun's army is attempting. As for us, it's been days since Her Excellency last made. The situation is becoming grim. For now, we can only pray that
we should go to the front line. Our forces need all the help we mustn't let to.
So, you are the only one here? I thought I might get to meet your grand strategist. She is the one that's been causing our forces so much trouble. The fact the Resistance has even held out for this long is thanks to her. But soon, the Resistance will fall. They are no match for the might of the Shogun's army. Her schemes mean nothing now. We have already rooted out those behind the Resistance. All who have dishonored the almighty Shogun will be punished.
I have faith in Her Excellency and in the soldiers of the Resistance. The Vision Hunt Decree is a brutal injustice. Our resistance has only just begun.
It is futile. There is one other thing. I'm sure you've seen the recent arrest warrants. I trust that the blonde traveler is somewhere among your fort. I will make you a deal. Hand him over to us, and you'll buy yourself some time.
So that's why you brought Reed.
He is of great importance, but the way I see it, he is expendable to the—
That's where you're wrong! He means just as much to us. As a member of the Resistance, he's a comrade. The Resistance never betrays its own. Her Excellency made that clear to everyone from the very beginning.
General Goro!
Tepe and the Traveler. It would appear our time to fight side by side.
Well, well. We meet again. This time, I thought that you would seek refuge with the Resistance in the hope of receiving asylum. That you choose to show up here proves that you have more bravery in you than I had originally thought. And now, why not represent the Resistance?
A fight of honor?
Before the battle begins, each side to the superior force, there's little— Her motives are clear. She wants to use the match as an opportunity to capture you.
Well, what do you think?
Remove all threats to eternity! By order of the almighty Shogun!
Be wary! You're up against a powerful opponent!
I must...
You got this!
There's more than one round! Keep it up!
Off we go!
I won't forget this.
Look! That's 2 rounds in a row! The Shogun's army is not invincible! We can win! The soldiers are rallying! Your warrior's will is bringing them hope, Traveler!
Light it up!
Body and mind. Let's light it up!
I need to train harder.
Stronger than I anticipated. This contest has served its purpose. Soldiers, attack! Glory to the Shogun! And
prepare to engage! All of you, with me!
Stand firm! Hold the line!
Her Excellency!
The wait is over, my comrades. Now is our moment!
Calm as the breeze, my lady.
I just hope you can afford all these mercs you've gathered!
Kazuha!
We meet again, old friend.
Retreat!
all forces, retreat!
Greetings. Well, this is the first time we've met. Please, allow me to introduce myself. I am Sangonomiya Kokomi, organizer of the Resistance and also the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island. Perhaps it's the first time you're hearing that title. To put it simply, I'm the person currently in charge on Watatsumi Island, which is also the home front of the Resistance. I've actually heard all about you from Beidou and Kazuha. I hadn't expected to find you join the Resistance, though. Do you have a plan beyond this point? In that case, shall we continue our conversation at the shrine? Although the Shogun's army has retreated for now, the Vision Hunt Decree has not been repealed, and neither the Tenryo Commission nor the Raiden. I suggest we move to the shrine to discuss our counterplan.
I know Watatsumi Island very well. I can carry on being your guide if you'd like.
Goro, thank you. Our forces are weaker than the Shogun's army, and my absence can only have made the recent days all the more trying for you. I'm afraid I must still ask you to stay a while longer, to keep eyes on the Shogun's army and also to see to the wounded. But I will ask the mercenaries to remain stationed here, and Kazuha is here too. Hopefully the—
Well received, Your Excellency.
I must return to Sangonomiya now. I have a few things to attend to. Once you're ready, please rendezvous with Teppei. He will escort you there. Thank you for all your efforts so far. From fight for the future.
I guarantee you. Only the Alcor could pull off an Did we give you a fright? But wherever you might end up, if you're ever in a tight spot,
Aha! There you are! Good to see your appointment with Sangonomiya is fast approaching. We should get going. Are you ready? We'll start by heading to the camp on Watatsumi Island, and then we'll go meet Her Excellency together from there. If you start to feel seasick at any point during the trip, let me know straight away. That said, you've spent time with the Crux fleet in the past. Ready? And away we go!
स्ट्रीम एंड कर रहा हूँ मैं। बाय बाय, गुड नाइट, हैप्पी होली सबको।
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.